Good morning again, everybody. I've got some announcements to make, and then I will introduce Sheriff Hess and Captain Hill, and we'll get started with the program. How many of you are chamber members? Raise your hand, please. Awesome. Great. Thank you. And if I could have my chamber board members, if you would stand up, please. Please give them a round of applause. We recently had a strategic planning retreat on the 16th of January, and a lot of really good things came out of that. Part of that was that we have rebranded our mission statement and our vision, and we're going to be rolling that out over the next couple of weeks to get everybody involved. We want to make sure that everybody understands that the chamber is a place where businesses go to connect with each other. Okay? That is really our role, is to bring businesses together in community and then work with businesses, county government, and the community to create a rich, vibrant business community. So having said that, we've already had our first after hours last week. Gary Albert State Farm hosted our after hours, and it was a great success. He had about 30 people there. Next week, we have a lunch and learn on February the 13th. There is still time to register for that. If you're a business owner and you want to learn from other business owners, our panel will be a panel of Fluvanna business owners talking about the lessons that they have learned doing business in Fluvanna. So I highly recommend that you talk to Ruth Ann if you're not registered yet, and she can help you get registered. Our next after hours is going to be March the 14th at Canine Concierge and Equine. So how many of you have dogs? How many of you struggle with what to do with your dog when you want to go someplace? Mary Marks started Canine Concierge about 4 years ago. No, she's not. She's out picking up dogs. Yeah. This is bad. This is her time to go get the dogs. But she has an interesting business model where she will go to your place and pick up your dog for daycare. Let the dog go play all day while you're at work and then bring it home after work. Great business model. Great business. Great piece of property way out in the Columbia District on Bybee's Road. So if you're interested in having a good time, seeing what dogs do all day long, sign up for that. This Saturday, we're having a ribbon cutting and open house at the Golden Fish Art and Play Studio and Sweet Art Emporium. That is directly across the street from the county administrative offices on Route 15, just next to the BB&T Bank. And that'll be at 11 o'clock. So if you can make it, that would be great. Tuesday, February the 12th, the county is having a proclamation, the Emancipation Proclamation, installed at Civil War Park at 3 o'clock. That'll be, it's something they've been working on for a number of years and finally getting to fruition on that. Our next breakfast is March the 5th. We have, last year, Judy, was that August that we did Restaurant Week? So last August we did a Restaurant Week where we promoted our chamber member restaurants to the community, and the community supported our endeavor to fund the Bill Hughes Scholarship and Meals on Wheels, correct? Yep, and we'll be doing that again in February the 25th through March the 3rd. So mark your calendars, go out and eat. I have been assured by all the restaurateurs that all the food they'll be serving that week is calorie, fat, and salt-free. So you can eat as much as you'd like without any consequences. Ruth Ann would like you to know that we love you having you as a member, and in order to stay a member, you really have to pay your dues. So if you haven't paid your dues yet, please do so. If you're a current chamber member and your dues are current, this is the time we start putting together our directory for next year. So if you are not currently a premier member and currently don't have an ad in that directory, please see Ruth Ann and she can talk to you about what's available and how you can do that. Okay, that's it. Board members, did I miss anything? Yeah, so for the business owners in the room, we do about 5,000 copies of this directory each year, and they go, as Ruth Ann said, and I'm repeating this for the video, that our directories are located at businesses across the community. Jefferson Pharmacy, I think, hosts them. Union Bank hosts them, and then we put them in the different post offices down at Fork Union Military Academy. So it gets pretty good penetration. So you may want to consider using that as a tool to reach the community. So it is my pleasure to introduce the first of our two speakers today. They're actually a tag team. Sheriff Eric Hess. Sheriff Hess started his career in law enforcement and public service 37 years ago when he was 2. You know what? Excuse me, Eric. So before I go any further, I am totally remiss. If I could have our elected officials in the room, please stand up. So in case any of you didn't know, we have an election coming up in November. In Fluvanna County, all of our constitutional officers, except the clerk of court, are running for re-election, and we have 2 members of the Board of Supervisors and 2 members of our school board who are up for election. This is a really important time for you to make your voice heard within the community. And as you saw, several of them are here today. In order to get on the ballot in Virginia, you have to have a petition signed by a number of community members. So Mel Sheridan, the Commissioner of Revenue, has been kind enough to bring some of those petitions here today. And as you're leaving today, as long as you're a Fluvanna County resident, please sign the ones for the sheriff and the Commonwealth Attorney and the Commissioner of Revenue, unless you want a new Commissioner of Revenue, and then you don't have to sign it.
You can sign as many as you like,
Yeah,
or
right.
anyone you like.
So, Sheriff Hess started his career in law enforcement and public service 37 years ago down in Georgia. He has a master's in administration of criminal justice from Troy State and a Bachelor of Science in criminal justice from Columbus University. He has experience working as an adjunct faculty member for Columbus University, Troy State University, and Indian River Community College. He's now in his 5th year as sheriff of Fluvanna County and his 37th year of public service. He's also a very active member of the Rotary Club of Fluvanna County. Sheriff Hess believes that honesty, integrity, accountability, and service to the communities are qualities found in professional law enforcement officers and dispatchers. He's very proud that the Fluvanna County Sheriff's Office has professional deputies and dispatchers who serve the general public with honesty, integrity, and loyalty. It is an honor and privilege for the Fluvanna County Sheriff's Office to serve the citizens of this great county of Fluvanna. Eric?
Thank you for allowing us to come today and introduce a variety of new programs that we will be launching here in the community. We're going to give you a little PowerPoint slide. The Business Watch, especially for you businesses here, very important information. Captain Hill's going to disseminate Project Lifesaver over here on our table, is tracking devices for people who tend to wander. My mom had like sundowners. She wandered around a lot. It's a great program. Children with autism that may wander from their homes. We've been doing a beta test with it, and we're going to introduce it to you today. Child ID, partnership with the Rotary, Commonwealth Attorney and the Sheriff's Office. We purchased that ID kit. You'll get to learn about that today. The Safe Exchange Program will take place at our office. You'll be if you buy some on the internet, just come by the office. Everything's filmed. The dispatchers are watching it. Very safe environment. And community event notification. All these tie in together to a new system we started earlier this year in June, and it's called Spillman. It is our new CAD system. It's the brains of the Sheriff's Office, so to speak. So I wanted to give you a little example today. On my iPad, every morning I can fire this up. I can go in through the VPN, got double security to be able to get the access to this information. And we're able to go in and look at everything that's gone on that night, the night before, any time in the past. And it's a good tool. Like right now we have a prisoner transport going on, and we're serving a warrant with Albemarle County at a home here in the county. So I can go hit this information, and it'll take me into other areas where I can find out more about that. So that's leading into the technology side of where a lot of these programs are coming into place, especially the Business Watch. So if you would pay attention, Captain Hill is going to do his presentation here on these. Thank you.
So Vaughn gave me a 4-page bio that I told him I could not read because it's too long, but I will hit some of the highlights. Vaughn Hill is a veteran of law enforcement with more than 25 years of expertise in the field related to every segment of the criminal justice system. He was selected as Chief of Administration of Fluvanna County Sheriff's Office in 2014 when he was promoted to captain. He's been working in law enforcement since 1992, and he joined the Fluvanna County Sheriff's Office in 2003. Vaughn is married. They have 7 children together, and his family enjoys camping, theme parks, and other outdoor activities. Captain Hill and his family all live happily in the Scottsville area of Fluvanna County. I give you Captain Vaughn Hill.
Good morning. It certainly is a pleasure to have the opportunity to come and speak to you this morning about my passion of my career, and that's protecting communities such as Fluvanna County. In this community, Fluvanna County, the Sheriff's Office works diligently to ensure that each and every one of you and each and every one of your consumers of your businesses get the opportunity to enjoy a safe place to live, learn, and play here out in Fluvanna County. And it's absolutely my passion, and I love it. Today, I get the opportunity to bring to you the Safe Exchange program, the Project Lifesaver program, our Child ID program, Safe Exchange program, and our community notification programs. All of these programs are designed to help provide safe opportunities for all of you and your consumers in our community. And so when we think about safe community initiatives such as these, it's important to know what they're going to do for you. And we're excited about the Business Watch program, particularly for this group, because this is an area in our community that we don't always get a lot of connection with the way that we really need. We get a lot of connection, but there's some things that we want to do. First of all, we want to increase communication with the businesses in our community. By increasing this communication with businesses in our community, then you're able to understand how we function, what we need when there is an emergency, when there's a crisis that could be averted, the information that we need to get from you and from the people that work in your businesses. It's important for us to have that, for your managers to know it, your supervisors to know it, and that way we know what level of information we're going to expect when we arrive. This helps cut down on response time, helps cut down on time when we're investigating a crime, to be able to have these kind of linkages. So we're going to help build more safety for your business and the consumers of your business. Of course, you know that both your employees and your consumers want to feel safe when they're at work, and patrons of your business want to feel safe when they arrive at your business location. This builds more dollars for your business. If people trust that the location that you have is a safe and secure one, then they're more likely to patronize your business. Thus, for us, it gives us the opportunity to have more information so that we can figure out what we need to do to protect the people coming to your establishment. This program that we're going to talk about today is built around 3 elements, and the 3 elements we're going to talk about in phases of how we implement this program with you for Fluvanna County. And so, first of all, we're going to talk to you about emergency response plans. Emergency response plans are imperative for almost anyone. All of you should have an emergency response plan for your home right now. More importantly now, even your business. You know that whenever there are any type of attacks or of violence in our communities, a lot of times public areas are where they're targeting these types of things. So if you have a business that accepts the public to come into your business, of course you want to make sure that we're able to mitigate things like burglaries and robberies. We want to make sure that there is a decrease in any potential for workplace violence. When people have their argument or at home and they come to work, that argument may follow them to work. And now, because we have access to these devices, sometimes those arguments are ongoing while they're in your place of business. You might not be aware of it because you don't hear the yelling. You only learn about it when the threat arrives at your doorstep. And so our goal is to be able to mitigate that. Now, not only that, but also in natural disasters. If there's an earthquake, if there's torrential downpours of rain, heavy snowfall, you have to be able to know how to keep your business safe. Now, I'm not saying that you don't know how to keep your businesses safe. What I'm saying is that we want to make them safer places, and that if increasing your communication with the sheriff's office and our staff helps to do that, then that's exactly what we want to do. We want our services to be seamless when we arrive. So we're going to work to help you build clear plans, and so that those clear plans are able to let all of your employees know how to respond in the event of an emergency. Some bigger corporations may have manuals of how employees should function inside of that business, but not necessarily do they understand what the correlation is with the manual, what they're doing, and the services that we will provide when we arrive. And so our goal in phase one is to get that accomplished. And so we're going to give you some templates of how to help give some information to us so we can help build that emergency response plan with you. So in phase two, we're going to help you with coming out and working, doing some site surveys and assessments at your business. Yes, we're going to come in and take a look around and see how things are and tell you our professional opinion of how it's set up and if it's going to help protect your employees and the consumers of your services at your site. We're going to focus on the quality of the locks that you have. We're going to focus on your CCTV access controllers and surveillance systems. We're going to help you with organized prevention techniques of how you can mitigate loss prevention in your business. No one wants to lose any capital gains because it's going out the door in somebody's pocket. So we're going to increase those prevention techniques by looking at natural surveillance. What are some of the things that we can do or that you can do at your business to protect the business that are already in existence that you may not be taking advantage of? We're going to look at natural access control, ways that you can organize and set up the layout and floor plan of your business so that it better protects the consumers and employees that are in your business. We're going to look at some territorial type things. How can you establish boundaries on that business property or inside of that business location so that it's clear who is allowed to be in those spaces, in those areas? You know, in some places, in some stores you go in, as an example, you'll see certain products that seem to be products that should only be accessible to the staff, but there's no boundary. There's no way for the consumer to determine if they should be in that space. So we're going to help you work with that and work on maintenance, which is one of the biggest things. A lot of times we purchase things, all of us purchase things that we don't realize that there is some maintenance to it and that we kind of set it and forget it. That's kind of the world we live in today, right? Most everything is kind of set it and forget it. Well, when you are looking to protect yourself, you never want to have the set it and forget it mindset. And so we're going to work with that in phase two of our program. So the reason that we focus on these strategies in these phases so far is because we subscribe in law enforcement to the broken windows theory. And if you've never heard of the broken windows theory, I'll give you what the broken windows theory is. Essentially, if there's a broken window in a neighborhood, and let's think about communities and neighborhoods, there's the property where the grass grows longer. Eventually, you start noticing that there's maybe some litter there. Maybe there's some furniture that looks like it probably missed the truck going to the landfill. Then you notice that now the door is open or the window is broken. And it just continues on and on and on. And what that does is that the theory behind broken windows is if you have an area that's unkempt, that area is going to eventually be exposed to the environment without maintenance. And so if that property is in your community and you notice that that's going on at that property, you start paying attention to the fact that things are going bad over there. Well, the same thing will happen at your business. And I'm not just talking about when you walk in the front door. Well, how many of you have walked out the back door of your business? Sometimes out the back door of the business is where people put the stuff. The stuff goes out the back door, right? Well, realistically, people pay attention to that. And those who are looking to find an opportunity to exploit you pay attention to that too. It's indicative of whether you are maintaining the business overall. So vandalism, graffiti, garbage, those kinds of things help create an environment where these types of situations can breed. And so our goal is to help you mitigate that, help you focus on those things, help you protect your employees and protect your consumers. And then the final phase is some training. We're going to offer robbery prevention training, burglary prevention training, workplace violence prevention training, embezzlement and internal theft prevention, consumer fraud prevention, emergency preparedness. And then, of course, we're going to introduce you to the CPTED concept, crime prevention through environmental design. If you've never heard of that before, take the opportunity to search that, crime prevention through environmental design, and CPTED. CPTED is a really good formula that's used to help you identify all of the things that I just finished talking about. And the great thing about the Business Watch program, we've included a questionnaire in our manual to help you with this process. So on our website, you'll find the Business Watch manual. The whole idea for you to participate and be a part of this program and be in our membership is basically this: work with our deputies, help create plans, the ones like I just mentioned, request the security site survey. We'll come out, take a look, attend just 2 of our workshops. You don't have to go to all of them. When we put them on, just make sure that you register and attend it. If it means we have to come to you, then maybe we'll have to figure out how we do it and come to you. Provide us with a point of contact for your business. One of the things that we scramble with when an issue happens, if it's after hours, on weekends, or holidays, is who is the person that we need to talk to about your business? How do we capture that information? So throughout this program, we decided to put that in as a help for us, as to be able to capture that information. And I'll show you how in just a moment. Report all suspicious activities. It doesn't make a difference to us whether it's credible or non-credible. If you feel that what you are looking at, hearing, or seeing, feeling is suspicious, let us know. Our deputies work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, protecting this community. And if you call with a request for us to come out and take a look at something that you are unsure about, they will come. I guarantee you. So when we think about creating a safe work climate, this manual can help do that. This manual will be available on our website. Inside of this manual are all the things that I just talked to you about, including templates for CPTED. If you go to our website, FluvannaSheriff.com, on our website, and I'll show you on here. Well, I can't. On our website is a form submission. When you go to FluvannaSheriff.com, on the menu bar on the side, there's a tab that says Business Watch Program. When you click on the tab for Business Watch Program, it takes you to a web form. In that web form, we want to capture some data. We want to know who you are. We want to know your address, your phone number, who your point of contact is for your business, their name, address, phone number, email address. We want to know the name of your organization, how many employees you have. And then when you submit that information, we get that information and we're able to put it into that system the sheriff was just talking about a few moments ago. In our CAD, when we send officers out to your location, that information will be readily available to the officer at the onset of the call. Because we're going to take that information that you submit and put it in our historical notes for your business. If you don't like the internet, some people don't trust the internet. Well, we have paper registrations. You can fill out the paper registration. We'll take this paper registration. We'll put it into our digital system so that it's available for the deputies when they come out to your call. So please take the opportunity to visit www.FluvannaSheriff.com. When you get to that website, click on Business Watch Program. At the bottom of the page is a link for you to submit your information. Again, please check that out. It's a great program. We're really looking forward to partnering with all of you and anyone else in Fluvanna who's a business so that we can help you generate more business and protect your consumers. One of the other ways that we considered that we would protect the Fluvanna community is with a program that would help deal with cognitive memory disorder impairment. There are a lot of folks in our community who suffer from things such as Alzheimer's, autism, dementia, etc. Whenever there's a call for service, when these people are involved, there's a lot of times that the person may be missing or cannot be accounted for. We applied for a grant and were funded a few years ago equipment for the Project Lifesaver program. Project Lifesaver International is a tracking program. No, we're not going to chip adults. All right? We're not chipping adults, we're not chipping kids. But we are using the technology to help track and find adults. Right now, the Project Lifesaver program has done more than 3,521 rescues across the United States. And right now, there's about a 99.8% find rate when someone goes missing. This program allows us the ability to go out into the community, to talk to the families of the individuals who are on our program, to see if they are servicing the product that we have in good faith given them to use. If they are doing that, when an adult goes missing, we have the ability to track them within up to about 5 miles of clear land space. This program is phenomenal. I'm a trainer for this program. When we got the training for this program, it was remarkable that we took one of the medallions that we have for this program, and we went down on the Heritage Trail. Have any of you walked through the Heritage Trail? And you know it's dense. We put that thing way down in the Heritage Trail and let our deputies go out and try and find it. Within about 15 minutes, they had it in hand. It's amazing what they can do with this stuff. We took one and put it under the bridge in Palmyra, and we cut them loose and said, all right, you got to go find the missing adult. And they did, every single time, in every single scenario. As you heard the sheriff say earlier, that we have been doing a beta test with this program. We want to make sure that we understand everything it does before we fully develop it for the rest of the community. And we have successfully, over the last year, carried 5 participants on this program that have used our equipment. And we also have 2 dedicated individuals, Sergeant Barbara Henson and Deputy Kevin Taylor. They are field service officers. Every single month, they go out and do a face-to-face with our clients. They do a face-to-face with the caregiver of our clients. And they ensure that they're checking the medallion every day to make sure that it's giving off a signal. They're checking the log to make sure that every day that whoever the caregiver is checking the medallion and checking the signal. Then we'll service the equipment, change the gaskets, put new lube on the gasket seal and a fresh battery inside the unit. And that's because if someone goes missing, when it's giving out the signal, this equipment you see over here, the deputies go out with and they use to go track and find that beacon, and assuming that the beacon is on the individual who's on our program. Like I said, we have in-house instructors. We've taught all of our deputies, with the exception of maybe like 2 new ones that we just recently brought on our roster. But all of our deputies are trained how to use this equipment. Those trained deputies go out into the field and they practice with these while they're on shift, and they train. They take the tracking units that we have. The sergeant will go out and place it somewhere. The deputies who are on shift will go out and try and find it. This is how we remain fresh with the information and training of how to use the technology and how to find individuals who go missing. We're very proud that this year we approached the Board of Supervisors and asked for additional dollars so that we could grow our program and cover more individuals in our community. And now the Project Lifesaver is ready to receive 6 new clients. And so we're very proud of this program. We're very happy of what it can do for us and what it can do for you. And so if you are aware of anyone who is suffering a memory cognitive disorder and you feel that they're someone who are going to wander or stray away, please refer them to us. Let them know that this program that we have, and it's available for anyone in Fluvanna County. The bracelets that we have look just like these. Now, we don't have the blue and the yellow. All of ours right now are kind of an ash gray, like the one you see sitting right here. But the medallion they wear all the time, 24 hours a day. They'll have the medallion on. You'll see that there's a band. Whoop, go back. That there's a band attached to the medallion. This band is not anything that's super secure. It's a fiberglass, rubberized band to help prevent chafing and that kind of stuff for the individual. If the individual is prone to trying to get that thing off and they cut it off, then of course it doesn't help us. But most everyone who's on the program wear it. We have not had one issue yet of anyone trying to cut it off or remove it. We have children on this program. We have middle-aged adults on this program, and we have seniors on this program right now in Fluvanna County. Right now.
Is it waterproof?
It is waterproof. As a matter of fact, a great question, by the way. As a matter of fact, one of the children who are on our program swims every single day. And so the medallion that this young man wears, he actually wears, his mother has it on his ankle. That way it's not on his hand where he can see it. He's comfortable with it being on his ankle. And when he goes swimming, which he swims every single day, it is no effect to him. And the great thing is because this program is not just Fluvanna County's program. Remember I showed you earlier where there were rescues going all over the United States. Well, Albemarle County participates with this program. Louisa County participates with this program. Goochland County participates with this program. So they can travel, and if by chance they wander where they're at, as long as there is a provider of this program close by, then they can notify that agency and say, this is my significant loved one who has this problem. They're wearing a medallion for the Project Lifesaver program. This is the serial number on that device. They can track it and find the individual. So we just want to tell you a couple more ways of how we're working to keep Fluvanna County safe. We have embarked on a new venture. We used to go out into the community and take our little FBI fingerprint cards and fingerprint kids, and we'd give it to the parent and take a little Polaroid snapshot and go, here's your child ID kit. It's not the neat little nifty card you can get from DMV, but it's the best we can give you. And it's free. So we've grown a little bit. Brought to you by the Sheriff's Office and our collaboration with the Commonwealth Attorney's Office and the Rotary Club, we were able to purchase a new system. This new system is called Easy Child ID. It's a proprietary software and kit that's sitting right on this table over here. This kit, the Child ID program, is, for us, it's easy to use. It's easy for us to teach people how to use it. We have the ability with this to print, burn to a CD, burn it to a flash drive, a USB drive, and even send the information to a parent's app, their child's information. What's included in that is contact information, fingerprints, photos. We even do a video interview with the child for the ID program. This information is just wonderful for us because it also includes their fingerprints. In a matter of seconds, everything that we need as a law enforcement agency to, number one, report to the FBI, report to the state police, and all of our officers that a child has gone missing is readily available in one easy location. This creates a nice ID report, an ID card, and a CD-ROM all together. Right now, this information, the ID, the photos, the video, all of these things we would use if your child or someone you know's child, went missing. All these files, we don't keep them. We're not trying to, mine data so that we can, give Big Brother everything that they need to know. As a matter of fact, the software is designed to cache all information as soon as we close out the transaction with making that report. As soon as we make that report, and we don't control it, the company controls it. It's in their software. Their software is built with a feature to delete all of those files as soon as we are done creating the report. When we're done, we give the parent the report. We give the parent all of the information that they need, and only thing we keep is a little permission slip that said that they gave us permission to take that information and provide a report to them. We do that for free in the Sheriff's Office. Thanks to our collaboration with the Commonwealth Attorney's Office, thanks to our collaboration with the Rotary Club, we have been able to have this program available, and we've been using this program. Right now, this is what our logos look like. It's the Fluvanna County Child ID program. This program gives them digital photos, digital fingerprints, and a digital video interview that we do with the child at that time. In the end, we get this nice, neat report. On this report, as you can see, all the information I just talked to you about. And also at the bottom is some little small cutouts that you can throw in your wallet so that if you're away, you have that information there as well in hard copy. We put it all on a nice little neat CD. On that nice neat CD, it's handy and available if you want to keep it in your records at home or whatever you'd like to do with it. Fact of the matter is, this is that ready information that when people call us in a panic, my child is missing. They can't think. They don't remember when the last photo was. Perhaps they may not even have fingerprints. When we start asking these questions, now the only thing they have to do is go get the CD. This program, Easy Child ID, we've done some on-the-job training with our SROs in the schools. So here you can see one of our SROs who is outside of his office in the high school doing this program with this box right here. In addition to that, we actually did it at a basketball game. At that basketball game, we were able to get children who were there and their parents to agree to go ahead and do the program. It made perfect sense to them. They didn't have anything like this. Yep, and we also did for high school students. There was a father, he was like, can my high school daughter do this? I was like, absolutely. He said, honey, you got to do this. You got to do this now. She's like, but why, Dad? Why do I need to have an ID kit? Of course, right? And he said, honey, I love you, and that's why, and because I said so. Sit down. Well, once they're 18, the information doesn't change. It doesn't change. Their fingerprints are going to be their fingerprints. That photo and all of that information, there may be some minor changes just because our physiology changes as we age, right? But that kit is always available. This kit, as a matter of fact, we can do many things with it. We are focusing right now on child IDs, but pay attention because we do a lot of stuff with seniors. And we also have a senior ID program we can do with this too. So in the future, look to see that being put out in our community here. The next thing is our Safe Exchange Zone. The Safe Exchange Zone is a really good idea for communities. If you will search on Google Safe Exchange Zone, you'll see that they're being done everywhere. They're being done everywhere, even here in Fluvanna. And so now we're going to have the safety and security and peace of mind that if you have a custody exchange, you bought something on eBay, you need to meet somebody to get that done, you need to meet with a sales rep, and you're not really sure if they're really the sales rep, then you can come to the Safe Exchange Zone. As long as it's open, you're going to be able to pull right up next to the sheriff's office where we have 2 parking spaces that we're designating for this program. In that area, we have video surveillance. So you're going to be able to come to an area where there are lots of police officers, and you're going to be able to be in camera in that area that's designated for this purpose, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Doesn't make a difference to us if you're out there at 3 o'clock in the morning. If you're handling your business and doing what you got to do, that's what it's there for. That's what we're going to do with that program. It's going to be on a first come, first served basis. No, you can't call in, make reservations. I'm going to be there at 11. Sorry, we can't help you. All right? But it'll be there. And so please use the program, promote our program. If your business does the kind of stuff that we're talking about, where you may be meeting with potential clients or consumers, let's do that. And then our community notifications, community event notifications. This is kind of a different spin because you're like, well, you're going to tell us about stuff that's going on in our community? No. What we want is this. We need you to tell us information that's going on in our community. We get a lot of information. We get a lot of information in the sheriff's office. But there are a lot of times that we don't know that there is a family reunion going on or church bazaar going on, or your business is hosting some special event that is going to have a high influx of participants. Now you'll be able to go onto our website. On our website, on the side of the menu bar, community event notifications. You click on community event notifications, and there's a web form that you submit your name, date of your event, time of your event, how many participants are going to be there, and what activities are going to be going on. When you submit that, that gives us the ability to take that information and plan for our resources in our agency. It helps us plan for our officers in the community, that we have enough coverage. A lot of times we learn, we kind of do our own intelligence gathering at our roll calls, going, hey, does anybody know about any parties going on? Well, now, rather than that, if people are subscribing to us and saying, hey, we just want to let you know this is what's going on, then that helps us plan a lot better. If you like the services you've been getting out of Fluvanna County Sheriff's Office, we're going to give you more. If you like feeling safe in this community, we're going to give you more. If you enjoy the benefits of living in a community that has one of the lowest crime rates in the entire region, welcome to Fluvanna County, and thank you for supporting Fluvanna County Sheriff's Office. My name is Captain Von Hill. I'm Chief of Administration for Fluvanna County Sheriff's Office. If you have any questions in the future, if you want to reach out to us, please feel free to let me know. I'm always available. Well, not figuratively speaking, but just give me a call. All right. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.
Thank you all again for allowing us to present these programs to you today. The Business Watch is the first step. Next step, we're going to address this with the churches, and eventually it'll come, after we get all that data in the system, we'll come and present it to individuals in the community where, like myself, I take care of my 94-year-old dad. And so if he starts getting out or getting into something, you know, I can have that data put into my address and say, you know, this is the notification for if somebody finds this 94-year-old walking down the road, this is who you need to contact, or there's an incident at the house. A lot of people call us and say, I have a family member who has dementia and they live here, and sometimes they have outbursts and all. This is information we need to know, so when our officers get there, we know we're dealing with somebody that has some kind of issue. And it really helps when you get there and you have that information. So it's going to take us a little while to get all this data and put it in, but we're starting with the businesses, and we're your sheriff's office. Appreciate it, and thank you for letting us come today.
Hey, Sheriff, I got one quick question for you. Can you take 2 minutes and tell them about the foundation?
Which one?
Yours.
Oh, yes. The one thing we didn't announce here today yet is we're starting a nonprofit foundation, and currently it's in the hands of the attorney, and the attorney's doing all the things they need to do to make sure we've done everything correctly. So in the future, our VIPs, which are Volunteers in Police Service, we have a reserve deputy program, and our triad group. Everybody can hold their own fundraisers in the community, and the money can be donated to the foundation and earmarked for their particular programs. Like the triad, if they want to put on their senior day, which they do every year, they can ask for donations and do special projects, maybe put on more programs. We go around to all the senior centers and do the scam alerts and things like that with folks, but maybe put on more programs in the community. Same with our reserves. We graduated, 13 reserves out of this last program, and everything I have on right here, they had to buy. And that was, what was it, about $2,000. So in the future, we hope that they have fundraisers where they can raise the money where it doesn't come out of their pockets, but it's actually a community effort.
One last thing, if you're a chamber member and you want to get more involved with chamber activities, we are actively recruiting chamber members for our committees. We have Connect, Promote, and Educate. So if you are interested in meeting people, Connect sounds good to you. If you have a background in marketing, Promote. And if you love helping people get smarter about what's going on, Educate would be your place. So please consider that. Let me, Ruth Ann, or one of the board members know. Have a great, productive, and prosperous day. Thank you very much.